Hello friends, welcome to Dr. Topper BDS. In this video, let us study about amalgam. Amalgam is one of the sure question in university second year dental material paper. In this part 1 video, we will discuss about its classification and composition. The classification and composition of amalgam usually asked as sub-question of essay questions asked from this topic. Before moving to the lecture, please subscribe our channel, like and share the knowledge with your friends. Now let us check what is amalgam. Amalgam is defined as a special type of alloy in which mercury is one of the component. It has an ADA specification number 1. Dental amalgam is one of the most widely used filling material, mainly for posterior. The alloys before combining with mercury are called as dental amalgam alloys. Moving to the classification, we have different type of classification based on different criteria. First of all, we have classification based on copper content. There are low copper alloys and high copper alloys. In case of low copper alloys, it contains less than 6% of copper. Whereas in high copper alloys, it contains the copper content between 13 to 30%. Based on zinc content, we have zinc containing alloys and zinc free alloys. In case of zinc containing alloys, it contains more than 0.01% of zinc. Whereas in zinc free alloys, it contains less than 0.01% of zinc. Next, based on shape of alloy particle, we have lathe cut alloys, spherical alloys and spheroidal alloys. And based on number of alloy particles, we have binary alloys, ternary alloys and quaternary alloys. In case of binary alloys, as the name indicate, there will be two alloy particles, mainly silver and tin. In ternary alloy, there will be three alloy particles, silver, tin and copper. In quaternary alloy, there will be four alloy particles, silver, tin, copper and indium. The last classification, that is based on size, we have micro cut and a macro cut. Hope you all understand the classification. Moving to the composition. The alloy particles mainly contain the following element: silver, tin, copper, zinc, mercury, platinum and palladium. Let us check the purpose of each of them in detail. First we have silver. Silver is the major element in the reaction. It helps to whiten the alloy. It decreases the creep and increases the tarnish resistance in the resulting amalgam. Increases expansion on setting. Now we have tin. Tin mainly controls the reaction between silver and mercury. Without tin, the reaction would be too fast and setting expansion would be unacceptable. Tin reduces the strength and hardness and also reduces the resistance to tarnish and corrosion. So tin content should be controlled. Next, copper. It increases the strength and hardness and also increases the setting expansion. In case of zinc, zinc acts as a scavenger or deoxidizer. During manufacture, this prevents the oxidation of important elements like silver, copper and tin. Oxidation of these elements affect the properties of amalgam alloys. Alloy without zinc are more brittle and amalgam formed by them are less plastic. Zinc causes delayed expansion if amalgam mix is contaminated with moisture during mixture. Next we have mercury. In some brands, a small amount of mercury is added to the alloy. They are known as pre-amalgamated alloy. Pre-amalgamation produces a more rapid reaction. Now platinum. Platinum hardens the alloy and increases resistance to corrosion. Palladium also hardens and whitens the alloy. Here we completed our part 1 lectures of amalgam. Hope you all understand. Now let us check our knowledge. Please comment your answers in the comment box. Zinc containing alloy contains more than dash percentage of zinc. Next question. The percentage of copper in high copper alloys. Third question. The metal present in the alloy that control the reaction between silver and mercury. We will continue the topic with our next video. Please subscribe our channel, share the knowledge with your friends. Thank you for watching.